Good morning, friends. My name is Abhilasha Sodia, and today we were going to discuss the fundamental rights of our Constitution. So, as we already know that there are six fundamental rights in our Constitution: right to equality, which is mentioned in Article 14 to 18, right to freedom, which is mentioned in 19 to 22, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedy. So, now we were going to discuss our first right, right to equality, which is having five articles. Equality before the law, which is mentioned in Article 14, which says that this provision states that all citizens will be treated equally before the law. The law of the country protects everybody equally, okay? Under the same circumstances, the law will treat people in the same manner. That means every Indian citizen treat equally in front of the law for same crime, any rule, anything. Okay? Now move to the next article. Prohibition of discrimination, which is mentioned in Article 15. This article prohibits discrimination in any manner. No citizen shall, on grounds only of race, religion, caste, place of birth, sex, or any of them, by subject to any liberty, disability, restriction, or condition with respect to. That means nobody is discriminated on the basis of gender. If anybody is male or female, they were treated equally no matter where he taken the birth, in small town or metro cities. Nothing is important. Okay. So now move to the next article. Equality of opportunity in matters of public employment, which is mentioned in Article 16, which says that no citizen shall be discriminated against in matters of public employment or appointment on the ground of race, religion, caste, sex, place of birth, descent, or residence. That means every citizen of India we get the same opportunity to get employment, no matter they were belong to the lower caste or upper caste, male, female, or any religion. Okay, now move to the next article. Abolition of untouchability. Untouchability is abolished in all forms. Any disability arising out of untouchability is made an offense. That means it is an offense crime if anybody is practicing the untouchability and someone get hurt, so they can take the objections also and he will get the punishment for that particular thing. So now move to the next article, which is the last article of right to equality. So abolitions of titles, it is very important. So the state shall not confer any title except those which are academic or military titles. The article also prohibits citizen of India from accepting any titles from a foreign state. Okay. The article abolishes the title that were awarded by the British, such as Rai Bahadur, Khan Bahadur, that kinds. That means nobody use their title like if I introduce someone like Padam Shri winner, Mr. Abhilash Sisodia is coming. This kind of things is not acceptable. So now move to the next article, right to freedom, which is having four articles. So Article 19 guarantees six fundamental rights. There are freedom of speech and expression. That means we can have a right to speak anything or can express in any way except the offensive language. So, freedom to assemble, which means we can gather or make a group anywhere. Third, freedom to form association or union. That means we can make any association or we can make any union. It's very simple. Freedom to move freely, which means we can move in any part of the country or world without any restrictions. Next is freedom of residence, which means we can settle in any part of the world without any restriction. Sixth is freedom of profession, which means that we can choose any profession, nobody will stop us. If we want to become a doctor, engineer, teacher, anything, we can. So now, Article 20. I'm very sorry we have to complete whole video in very short time, so I'm discussing only important points. So please deal with the protection of citizen in respect of convention for offense. This provides for three types of protections of the individual against the state. Okay. Article 21 says that states that no person shall be deprived of his life and personal liberty by the state except as per the procedure established by law. This article have a wide scope and its interpretations has undergone many changes over the descents. Okay. Article 21, 22 says we have a right to protect ourselves, so we can hire any lawyer to and we can move any part of the country for the justice. Article 22 deal with the protection against arrest and decisions in certain cases. Sorry, detention in certain cases. I already explained we have a right to protect ourselves and we can hire lawyer also. So now come to the next right, right against exploitation, which contain two articles only. Article 22, prohibition of traffic in human being and forced labor. Traffic in human being and beggar and other similar forms of forced labor are prohibited, and any contravention of this provision shall be in an offense punishable in accordance with the law. That means human trafficking is quite normal these days. So we are watching in movies that selling girls, forcing small kids to beg, these are very offensive crime. Okay. Article 24, prohibition of employment of children in factories. Article 24 says that no children below the age of 14 years shall be employed to work in any factory or mine or engaged in any other hazardous employment. That means it was a crime to give employment of the children who are below to 14. Right to freedom of religion. This is very important, right? I think we have to know this. It contains only four articles. Freedom of conscience and free profession, practice, and propagation of religion. That means we were free to practice any caste, any religion, the culture. For example, if I'm a Sikh, so I can wear turban, or we can wear kada, we can keep kirpan, that Sikh community we are using. So it's free to everyone. Article 26, freedom to manage religious affair. The right to form and maintain institution for religions and charitable intents. The right to manage its own affairs in the matter of religion. Okay. The right to acquire immovable and movable property for the religion. We are seeing that we are making temples, charitable things like Scon temple, and many things we are doing and collecting monies for the development of our religion, etc. So we are free to do this. So Article 27, freedom as to payment of taxes for promotion of any particular religion. According to Article 27 of the Constitution, there can be no taxes to proceed of which are directly used for the promotion and or maintenance of any particular religion domination. That means if we got the fund on the name of our religion, so we were not bound to pay tax or fine for any fund from our fund, so we can use it. Next, Article 28, freedom as to attendance at religious institution or religious worship in certain educational institution. That means anyone who is minorities or who are worshipping their particular religion, so he can form their educational institution also, and can practice their basic culture like BHU, Banaras Hindu University, Aligarh Muslim University. They are practicing their culture and giving the admissions to only Muslim community. So this kind of things were quite normals. So cultural and educational right. This is also very important. It contain only two articles. So Article 29, protection of interest of minorities. This provide all citizen groups that resides in India having a distinct culture, language and script the right to conserve their cultural and languages. That means anyone who is in minority that can practice their culture, language, rituals and he can protect it. So now Article 20, right of minorities to establish and administer educational institution. This is very important, which means that any minorities can open their school, college in their culture and can teach us in their educational religious things. Like I am teaching in school which is convent, and a Christian community were controlling that institution, and they are teaching their Jesus, and each and every students were following their rules. So this kind of things were happened, and they having a right to spread their culture also. Right to constitutional remedies. This is the soul of the fundamental rights. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar says that. Part 3. Our fundamental rights were coming in Part 3. Part 3 of the Constitution provide for legal remedies for the protection of these rights against their violation by the state or other institutions, individuals. It entitles the citizen of India to move the Supreme Court or High Court for the enforcement of their rights, which means if we are not able to practice our six fundamental rights, in that case we can move to any court for our justice. That's it. In this case we are getting some rights also, writs also. So it's a very large topic. In very short time I'm not able to explain this. So if we able to get chance to explain, I will definitely. So thank you for watching this video.